All right. In this series of videos, we will take you through an experience of replacing the clutch on a 2001 Volkswagen Beetle, the 1.9 turbo diesel, or they're often called the TDI. I did have success doing this. I'm still trying to figure out some electrical issues, so there'll be plenty of videos in the future. Step one is you have to remove this thing right here called the spindle. It allows you to take off
The axle?
it allows you to get to the axle.
Oh, okay.
The axle, that it actually attaches to the axle.
Okay.
It's holding the axle and it's holding the rotor on, but I think they call it maybe like a wheel hub or maybe like a wheel hub bolt. But this was extremely hard for me to remove. Very, very hard. And that's what that video back there was explaining.
So you tried to heat it up and it still didn't work?
Did it say I heated it up?
Yeah.
Okay, so I heated it up, but I did a lot more than that. I broke a couple wrenches before doing it.
Yeah.
But right there, if we go back in the next image, it was removed. So how did I get it removed? Well, that's when I bought the compressor, right?
Oh, yeah.
So the main question is, so if you want to get that thing off, I did use a compressor. It got it off. A compressor can also break the bolt, which then you got to get a new axle.
So is it a specific kind of wrench that you had to use on the compressor?
Specific kind of, well, I used the impact wrench and
Okay.
I used you had to get the wheel hub lug nut. I think that's what they call it. It's the socket that goes over that.
So basically you needed enough power to get that factory seal off and pop it.
It wasn't the factory seal.
It was just that tight.
Definitely not, because the transmission had been
Replaced before?
That's what because it didn't have that, what was it, the dual mass flywheel. It had the regular flywheel.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, how long did that take to do that project? Do you remember just that part, how long it took?
Oh, man.
Just that part. Just getting that off.
You were stuck for quite a while, yeah.
It was several weeks and probably several months, actually.
You had a couple different suggestions thrown at you, and you finally just did that.
First I broke the wrench, and then I was like, okay, what do I do? And then I got another wrench. I think I either broke it or almost broke it. And that's scary, breaking the wrench. Just flying metal. I didn't expect it to break. I was using a little quarter. I mean, it was completely a novice mechanic mistake. Like using a little wrench to make a big turn.
Are those expensive?
But the wrench?
The ones you broke?
No. I mean, the replacement one, just to replace that one, because I got just that one, it was like $10.
Okay, so what are you doing here?
Well, this is not a part of...
Oh, this is a different video.
It's a different video, so I'm not going to explain that. But that's our next video.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going through step by step what you have to do to replace it.
And that was step one.
Step one is you got to get that nut off, and it took me, all the funny thing is you go to the videos online, and they, all the people that have done that, replace the clutch, make it look, they talk like it's easy. They have this.
Because they probably have a shop and they have an impact.
Yeah, and I guess
wrench.
If you're a mechanic, you have the right to say that. But there's some home mechanics that's not their first job. And they're like, yeah, I did this. And they show a couple things. It's like, No, it was It was an extremely difficult job. It took, how long did it take? The whole thing took over a year.
Yeah.
And, and that's partly, every step of the way, it was like some new learning experience. But, even that bolt, though, even when we had, what did I got? I got the torque wrench.
Yeah.
The torque wrench, and I used your dad's that extension bar.
Yeah.
And I if I would have kept pushing it, I would have snapped that too. So I mean, it didn't matter. The bolt, it snapped that little wrench. But
all right, well, thank you for watching our video today. If you would like to continue listening to this conversation, please visit our podcast, Looking for Something,
That was the impact.
in our latest podcast episode of Looking for Something. We will be making an offer on another TDI Beetle 2000, and you'll get to hear whether that offer was accepted or rejected. Until next time.
The metamorphosis excites in the beholder, and emotion